Hey guys, it's Fanatic Guide, and in today's video this is going to be my overview of Minecraft 1.12. The last major update I went over for Minecraft was 1.8. So let's go on and continue. So new beds. They're in all kinds of colors. The previous default was red. They still explode when they're in the nether, and now you can bounce on them. Like I just did with that. Let's compare it to the slime block at that same dropping height. Dang it, why am I not getting a good height? That is a terrible job, Fanatic Guide. Pretty much the same. Advancements replace achievements. They are pretty much gone. When you look at that, it'll no longer say achievements, it'll say advancements. And it's pretty much very different from what you would expect. And of course, the save toolbar. You can save up to 9 toolbars, and how you would do that is hit C and one of the numbers 1 through 9. Hold C, one of the numbers 1 through 9. If you save an empty toolbar, a paper that looks like that would be in its place. And also there are functions, which are text files with the extension .mcfunction, which is like that. Then there's a narrator that's like, you toggle it by hitting Control B. I've never done that. It's like text-to-speech narrator, sort of like the narrator that's built into Windows. Reads players sort of like text that's going on, like chat feed, and it also includes names. And there are settings for that. You can have it completely off. You can have it for chat, system and chat, system only, and there are notifications for when it will notifications will show for when it's toggled, and a message will display when it's deactivated and or not available. And good news, recipeBook, or what's called a recipeBook. This is good news because there are some people out there who forget what the recipe is for what they want to craft, and then they just go to external sources, which they probably don't want, and then they just waste their time. When they could just go in there. And I'm just guessing that Mojang did a good job with that. I've never actually needed to use it. You can just go in there. It's a pretty handy resource. Just go through that. Yeah. And there's like different categories for it. And you just search. I don't know how to explain it. Menu. See credits by clicking copyright text. Right there. Okay. New sound effects for the following. The parrot, which is a brand new mob, which I will be demonstrating. Illusioners, which I will not be demonstrating. And I probably won't be because my difficulty is locked to peaceful mode. Casting a fishing rod. Wait. Fishing rod tools. That makes a whole lot of sense. Then I'm reeling in a fishing rod. And then let me find the Eye of Ender, because there's a new sound for that. Apparently I can't do that. Throwing it, and then when it explodes or returns as an item, and putting Eyes of Ender into end portal frames, which is like a dinging sound. And completing the portal will be an evil sound. And of course, boat paddles, because obviously these boats all come with paddles, standard. And of course, player drowning. That was just weird. And of course, the player burning. I'm going to hold on. I'm gonna try something. Oh, I just heard that new sound. It's kind of interesting and somewhat realistic. Is there like some? Nope, intact. New sound effects for note blocks. Example. If it's laid on top of a bone block, it'll sound like a xylophone. If it is on a gold block, it'll sound like a bell. If it is on a wool block, regardless of the wool color, if it's on a wool block, regardless of the color, it will sound like a guitar. If it is on clay block, it'll sound like a flute. If it's on packed ice, it will sound like a chime. And there are new splashes, and I'll go to Notepad for that. Don't feed chocolate to parrots, cause, spoiler alert, I believe parrots die when you feed cookies to them. And the true meaning of, I have a hard time pronouncing it, so I'm not going to say it, and that just refers to something Donald Trump posted on Twitter. And there's an illusion. What are you hiding? It's like, to me it's like hallucinating. And then there's something's not quite right. And of course there are new commands. There's advancement. So I'm probably just going to revoke all mine. Okay. Apparently I forgot how to type everything. That's what it looks like when all your when you haven't advanced anything. And then there's function. And that works with any entity or command block, which ran the function command. And then there's recipe, which can unlock or lock any crafting recipe for a player. And then there's reload, which can reload all the advancements. And then there are new game rules. There's announced advancement. I couldn't fit all advancement on there. Just, it says announced adv. It's supposed to say announced advancement. It toggles announcing of advancements. do limited crafting. It's off by default because everyone should be able to craft whatever they want. And it limits what player can craft only what. And it limits, I'll put it this way, it limits what the player can craft. They can only craft the recipes that they've unlocked. Then there's game loop function, which is the function to be executed once per tick. There's max command chain length. Defaults to 65,536. Determines number which chain command block acts as a chain. And then there's inventory. As you can see, the materials tab is no longer there, and the miscellaneous is no longer on the upper right. That's because miscellaneous is down on the bottom left. And and all the contents of the materials tab were merged into miscellaneous. That's what that means. And of course there are new blocks, concrete, and all that is self-explanatory by the signs. And there's concrete powder, which like concrete replicates the exact color, and it can fall. Best for me not to do that. Hardened clay was renamed to terracotta. This was formerly known as hardened clay, now it's known as terracotta. Now there's glazed terracotta. It's hard to tell which one's which because they have rather interesting patterns. This is red, this is orange, this is yellow, this is green, this is lime, this is blue, purple, gray, light gray, cyan, brown, light blue, black, pink, magenta, and white. How you can tell about the cyan is because of the creeper face. And the purple is because of the sword end. And the magenta because of the arrow. And the knowledge block, which is only obtainable via give knowledge block. That's odd. Well, okay. And then there's the parrot. He's bored. That's what the parrot looks like. I'm going to have a whole parrot infestation. They make sounds. I believe they can make the sound of any... Okay. I believe if possible can run into them, but I think that's only if you tame them. But Illusioner is another mob. I need to stop this. Apparently they like making noises. The Illusioner, I believe I was talking about. Another type of illager. It'll affect the player by inflicting the player with 20 seconds of blindness. Then shoots a bow. and Illusioner will summon duplicates of itself, and then all duplicates will show an animation, but only one of them will be the real one, which is kind of odd. The real one can be shot, and it's only the real one that shoots the actual arrow. And the original can become invincible. I meant invisible. Why can I not talk today? And it can only be summoned by the following command. And the other remaining changes. Closing crafting tables with items, there will send them to inventory. Let me just get like so. Now uses Java 8. Previous versions of Minecraft used Java 6. And when moving backwards, the player still faces forward. I'm just going to do that. Example, that. In previous versions, the body would be sort of tilted like that. Would be like tilted. And there are new palette textures for wool and banners. And didn't I forget to mention that you can have a parrot on shoulders and that they can mimic sounds? And fences, cobblestone walls, glass panes, iron bars now connect to backs and undersides of stairs because the backs and undersides of stairs are now considered to be solids. And this allows for blocks such as torches to be placed on them. And magma blocks can now infinitely burn, which is sort of similar to the way netherrack is. And paintings will now try to place like as large as they possibly can, depending on the available space. And the colors of the shulker box change alongside other block colors when they change, and the purple one's not affected. Sheep have new color palettes for wool on body. And of course, withers can't break, and gateway blocks or piston extensions. And apparently, I believe it's only when they're tamed that they go on shoulder. Okay. Just found out. Is it just because it's a super flat world? Okay. Best friends forever. This is me with a parrot. Kinda cool. If not, then go get your own parrot. If you don't think it's cool, go get your own parrot. If I jump, it jumps off. They'll pretty much follow me wherever I go, I think. think it prefers the left one over the right one. I don't know. I think I'm done with this. Please make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe for more videos. I will see you next time. And you can only have one parrot on shoulder at one time, and they can mimic sounds for you, even when a creeper is around.